Well, we're going from performance enhancer now to consumerism. Here we go. Man, thank God these are shorter today. Because I'm not sure how I would handle it if it was not a 4-hour SCP reading. There are many Reagan entries out there. The quintessential Ronald Reagan SCP is in the 1980s. The sequels where he died of AIDS in the just recent description. How a just recent description of 7918 is peak SCP. Just reading the description. Okay, it's peak SCP. Okay. Yeah, the 7,000. We get there. We'll get there when we get there. But we have to take care of. Hopefully, I'm not single by then anymore. Well, no. If I'm single in like 6 years, me and Liam will marry. So I won't be. All right, let's go. Consumerism. Safe. Dash is stored in stands, small items, containment chamber B5129 in sector 23. It must be kept covered by an opaque cloth in all testing scenarios. And there is Nuke. Nuke, you are almost at the halfway point. We're reading the 5th SCP of today. You missed out on an airplane that acts like a dog, a dollhouse that transforms many like beings into dolls because it has a family that it wants to take care of. A crypto bro basically, but instead of trying to like sell you on crypto, it's trying to sell you on technology that's already happened. And performing enhancing drugs where you are competitive as shit. You just want to compete as much as possible and win. Don't call me that dreadful movie. We talk about Ronald Reagan dying of AIDS. Yeah, that also. Okay, now back to this. We now talk about consumerism. Dash 1 is stored in the standard small items containment chamber. We already read that one. Dash 2 has been transcribed in document alpha stored in hazardous files server 23. Any instances of Dash 2 discovered outside of containment are to be destroyed immediately. No personnel should be exposed to both Dash 1 and Dash 2 except in testing scenarios. Dash 1 is an acrylic on canvas painting measuring 1 point. Yeah, there's a little speck here, so it almost looks like a double semicolon. 1.6 meters by 1 meter, depicting a number of consumer companies in their relationship to each other. Each company is represented by a graphic, typically a logo or wordmark, and a system of arrows is used to indicate one company owning a controlling interest in another. I call you little Mikey, then win one. AfroFluff would be too cute for the previous recipient of the name. Yes, it was a mouse that got eaten by a snake. So that's why I was like, why you gotta call it little Mickey and then it just dies? Typically a logo or wordmark and a system of arrows is used to indicate one company owning a controlling interest in another. 87% of these portrayed relationships were accurate. These portrayed relationships were accurate at the estimated time of creation, and at this end of these, a further 4% have since become incorrect. Despite this, the enormous effects of the atom remain unchanged since first discovery. It's a teeny tiny snake, though. Yeah, it is a teeny tiny snake, but it's still like you named it Little Mickey in the moment it got eaten up. You know? Little Mickey is copyright. Call me Steamboat Willie. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, Dash 2 is a short passage of English language text intended by the artist to be displayed alongside Dash 1. Bodie McBofe. Man. No, come on. Be a little bit more creative than that. See addendum Dash B for a partial transcription. Just a tad bit. Just call her Titanic. There. The anomalous effect of SCP-1854 occurs when Dash 1 is viewed, and the entirety of Dash 2 is comprehended. Any length of time may pass between these two events without affecting the immediate trigger time of SB-1854. Once an individual hereafter subject has been successfully affected by SB-1854, any transaction completed by the subject which results in a registered company receiving money from the subject will cause a representation of the logo or wordmark of said company to appear in some location on the epidermis of the subject as if burned in by hot metal. Damn. You got marked, bro. You got brand marked by a purchase you made. Can you imagine? People purchasing like Louis Vuitton and something next thing like so yeah, well, it's so important to you, might as well have that on your body now. You take off somebody's shirt, there's just a bunch of like logos all over the place. There's just like, you know, Mercedes, the PlayStation logo. The Monster Energy logo is just like right here. These burns are small, typically only 150 to 250 millimeters squared at first iteration, and will behave in a manner identical to a first degree burn from a hot metal object. Getting the Supreme logo tattooed on your chest so your net worth increases by 10 million. Hey girl, I'm $10 million. My net worth is $10 million because I have this Supreme logo like brand marked onto me. I don't think that's how it works. No, it's totally how it works. Don't question it. In addition, a burn will also appear for every parent or holding company of the company to which the subject initially gave money, with a delay apparently corresponding to the time taken for the earnings from the subjects to propagate to the parent or holding companies. Okay, so don't buy something from, like, don't buy something that's like owned by Disney or Nestle, because then you get every fucking logo possible tattooed onto you. Small company, well, branded. Small company logos tend to appear in relatively inconspicuous areas such as the inside of arms, and larger companies, especially when parent to a number of other companies, in a more prominent area. Oh no. Did you? I don't want to question your life choices, but is that the Sonic logo on your dick? Listen, I made some choices in life that I'm proud of, and lead to some effects on my body that I had no control over. The effects of SB-1854 do not diminish with time. Every new transaction will cause a new burn to appear on the subject. If the subject already has a burn or scar on the person representing the company, it will disappear, and a new burn of a slightly 3 to 5% larger size and greater severity will occur in its place. After approximately 5 iterations, these burns will approach second degree severity. So basically, this is SCP. The richer you are, the more marked you get. Imagine just getting the golden rings on it though. I don't want to imagine. The Addendum A. On MTF Omega 14 raided the house of George Whitby, believed to have been the artist behind SB-1854, based on information gathered from the admissions manager of the art gallery. Inside were numerous finished and unfinished works of art of a similar theme to SB-1854, but none of them were found to display any anomalous effects. A corpse determined by matching dental records to be that of George Whitby was also discovered with the apartment. Healed, partially healed, and inflamed third-degree burns covered 92% of their body, and cause of death was determined to be sepsis from a large infected burn wound on the forehead resembling the logo of the power company. There we go. Picture of Dorian Gray, but the picture is placed on your body. No, thank you. Addendum B, partial transcription of -2. Capitalism is all around you. You know that. We all know now that the greedy 1% of the world population owns 99% of its wealth, and how the bankers have destroyed this country with their spend, spend, spend mindset. We know how the governments are all in cahoots with the rich and the infamous. Or should that be infamous? Do you know? No. Well, he owns 7.2 billion, and he's best friends with the prime minister. But do you know how many of the things you buy, things you eat, things you wear, things you use are owned all by the same handful of the companies? That's right. You think you're eating organic buying, fair trade being also ethical. I bet you haven't even heard of these companies. You don't even know their logos. You will now. So this guy was so angry that rich people exist, that he's now, and also that people are not fully cultured or like are not taking time to research everything. That he's like, I'm gonna make sure that you know which thing you buy belongs to which company, so you stop buying from them. Karl Marx is back, and he's designed. Oh wait, he's designated as an SCP. Okay, yeah, he's designated as an SCP. Yeah, he is. He had enough of capitalism. He's like, I'm back here, and you motherfuckers better be careful. If you don't want to be marked, if you don't want to be Karl marked for life, then you better pay close attention. Help the small, like the independent groups, the family groups. Whew. I can't imagine having the McDonald's arches in your forehead, especially if you have a widow's peak, just fucking. And you're like, how am I supposed to ever go out again? And the answer is never. You're screwed. Disco, pogo. Inexplicably, there are no Karl Marx SCPs. Well, one of you guys need to write one. Write one, and I'll get to it in 20 years.